Today we're looking at two popular lenses from Sony, the 85mm FE 1.8 and the 90mm 2.8 macro lens. Now although they're similar in focal length, they do have a lot of differences. So we're going to break them down and see which one's best for you. Let's do it! So if you're a Sony shooter and you're looking for a 85mm or around there equivalent focal length lens, you've probably seen both the 85 1.8 and the 90 2.8. And we're going to break down just quickly some of the differences, some of the pros, some of the cons, and really see what the buzz is about these two lenses. Now this isn't going to be an overly technical review. If you do want to see a more in-depth review on either one of these lenses, see my individual reviews on each of them. Here are some of the specs you'd find right off the website, but let's dive in and see some of the major differences between the two. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is the size difference, and even the bigger 90 is a very reasonable 5¼ inches long. Both lenses are a great size, but if it's portability you're going for, the 1.8 is the way to go. The 85 1.8 takes the size category. And next we'll look at the overall build and features of each lens. Both of these lenses are very well made, both with metal construction and similar focus rings. However, I do prefer the texture on the 90's focus ring just a little bit better. They both have a focus hold button that's completely customizable, as well as an auto and manual focus switch, but with the 90 you simply pop down the focus ring to engage manual focus. A few things lacking on the 85, you can see the 90's focus range switch, as well as an image stabilization on and off switch. One thing they both lack is proper weather sealing, and I don't know why Sony can't just put a little rubber gasket around the metal mount. It's disappointing. Both lenses are well made, but the added features definitely go to the macro. Now let's talk about what really matters, performance. And both of these lenses perform extraordinarily well. Both very sharp, but of course the edge goes to the macro lens, which is known to be one of the sharpest in the world. Both lenses' autofocus systems are very good, fast, accurate, and very capable. And the 85 is completely silent, and the 90 producing just a small whine, which is probably in part due to the image stabilization system. Both lenses produce beautiful bokeh, although not the best in the world, definitely not the worst. Here's the 85 at 2.8, and here's the 90, wide open at 2.8. You can notice a difference in the quality of bokeh, with the 85 being smoother and rounder. But as you get closer with the 90 into macro range, the bokeh does improve. One last time comparing the 90 at 2.8 to the 85 at 2.8, and then at 1.8 just for fun. And here's the 90 at 2.8 again. So being a slightly faster lens, the advantage of bokeh does go to the 85 1.8 for everyday shooting. But let's not forget the biggest difference between the two lenses, and that's the macro capability. And there's just something magical about being able to capture every single little detail, to see things that you can't normally see. It just adds a different perspective to your work, something unique. And whether it's stills or video, I always love to have that option of just having the ability to capture something that I couldn't with a regular lens. And although we already touched on it, the image stabilization on the 90 is going to make a big difference when it comes to performance, allowing you to get into lower light situations and lower shutter speed and come out with the shots that you need. So although both great performers, the advantage does go to the 90mm. When it comes to value, both of these lenses are full of it. The 85, coming in around 600 American dollars, is in some cases less than half of competing 85s. If you're wanting image stabilization and macro capabilities, you're going to be spending about $1,000 on the 90. Now these are both professional lenses with professional prices that'll give you professional results. If you're looking for a great portrait lens and you're on a budget, consider maybe going with the 85 1.8. If budget's not an issue and you want a little bit more capability, consider the 90. Either way, neither of these lenses are going to let you down. With near Sony flagship G Master lens performance at a fraction of the cost, both of these lenses have incredible value. So wrapping up, I just wanted to show you guys the differences between these two lenses. Now for me, I don't like having thousands of dollars of glass in my bag that I'm just not using. And with these two lenses, it didn't really make sense for me to have both. So I decided to go with what was more versatile for me and sell the 85 1.8. This lets me kill two birds with one stone and put some of that money toward other gear. But everyone's needs are different. If you are considering one of these lenses, check out my full in-depth review of both here. There are affiliate links in the description below if you're ready to pull the trigger on one of these guys, and it's much appreciated. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, consider maybe giving me a like and a subscribe. Drop your questions and comments below, and like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you in the next one, guys.